Guys, Better Best Dog here, Fit Bully TV. As always, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Special episode for you today. Guess what we just got in? Guess what we just got in? I'm sure y'all want to know what's in that box. And I'm gonna tell you right now. Let's just say we got the first order in. We just ran a pre-sale on clothes. A lot of y'all been asking for it. So we went ahead and did a little run. We did a light run just to kind of see what the demand was like out there for you guys. What you're gonna see in this episode, I'm gonna unbox these clothes. I'm gonna probably do even a nice little time lapse where you get to see me unboxing, organizing, and even packaging these things up. At the same time, we'll even talk a little bit about building a dog brand and a dog business, because a lot of people who reach out think we're just breeding dogs, but it's way more than that. I can reassure you that. I can definitely not reassure, I can assure you that, excuse me. So stay tuned, people. Take care of your dogs and enjoy. So, like I said, we just did a light run. Let's see what these look like. I know y'all been asking about these hats too. Please, in due time, patience is the name of the game when running a business. You don't want to rush, because that's how you fail. The people who make fast money, they never succeed, right? You feel like, man, that person made a lot of money real quick, but then you don't hear about them again, after a couple of years. They kind of just dissipate, right? They disappear because they didn't focus on building an infrastructure, something that has stability that can last a long time. And being with Trev and working with him and through this whole entire process, I've known him for 15 plus years now, and I've learned a lot from him, especially when it comes to business, life, personal development, you name it. And of course, dogs. And man, look at that, people. Here you go. It's a hoodie right there. Take care of your dog. Thank you for everyone who purchased these hoodies and these shirts on this first run that we did. We will be reopening up probably later on this month. We want to once again test the waters when doing all of this. So when building a dog business and dog brand, the first part is the brand. If you're going to build a business, you got to make sure you have a brand. A lot of people, especially what I'm learning, is people are trying to jump into this dog space per se, and one, they don't have a plan, and they don't even have a brand. They think they just come up with a cool name, an LLC, and they think they got a business. But I can promise you it's way more than just that. For Trev to do all that he does, and then for you all to be able to purchase these shirts and purchase these hoodies and purchase the products, that all takes time. And the only reason why you guys purchased all that is because of what? We built what? A brand. We took time to build the brand. We focused on taking care of our dogs. He literally just kept saying that. That was something, he didn't even come up with that phrase. He started saying it, and it just stuck. And now it's on a shirt. And now you guys are saying it. And now you guys are most importantly doing that. But through this process, once again, it is a process. We started by building a brand. He started building this business 3 years ago when he first bought Zara, and then got Maya and built them up, and then got us to a point where he brought us into the picture about a year and a half ago, and then he had to coach us up through this whole entire process about the dogs. I'm behind the camera the entire time, recording everything, building this YouTube channel up, all that stuff. And then eventually what happened? Once we really started focusing on it and really started pounding the pavement, over a 6 to 7 month time frame, everything exploded on all the accounts. Because we sat down, we did the work, we took care of our dogs, and we focused on building the brand first. Then that's what transcended in us to be able to start creating things such as digital guides. So you can guys go buy nutrition guides on how to feed your dogs raw or transition them from kibble to raw, to building things like the Pet Achievers Club, to then building the supplements, to now getting you guys shirts. All that took time, and some of y'all just jump into this space with no plan, no brand, and think that you're going to be able to sell a dog outright when the puppies come. I'll tell you a quick story here, is that I have a friend, she was telling me about this friend of hers out in Cali had 2 Frenchies, and he bought 2 Frenchies based on height. Bought 2 Frenchies, about 5 to almost 10 grand per Frenchie. So let's call it 5, basically he's 10 grand in on these 2 Frenchies, a boy and a girl. And then he doesn't even know what he's doing. He has no plan, he has no brand. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna breed them and I'm gonna sell them. And in my mind, I'm like, who's gonna buy him? Like, nobody knows who he is. He thinks he's going to stand on the side of the street and say, "Yeah, I got these Frenchies." Like, I hope you guys are starting to understand the importance of really taking the time to draw out a plan, and most importantly, make sure you're looking, if you're going to start breeding dogs, look at it as a business. And remember, we're not in the business of breeding dogs, to be clear. We are what? An education company, as you've heard him say time and time again. And that's exactly what we are. We're educating, we're sharing our processes, we're sharing our experiences so that you all can learn from, also most importantly, our mistakes, and so that we can learn our mistakes and become better pet parents. The supplements, that took time. The first round of puppy blocks came in those bags for the first people who bought the first 200. Save those bags because those are going to be collector's items one day. But it took us doing a simple run of 200. Most people are like, I'm going to go get all this inventory and then pull all this inventory out and buy 1,000, 2,000 units with no brand plan, no business model, none of that stuff. Everything that he's done up to this point has been strategically planned. Even everything he's done with me. He's moved me around like a chess piece, and I understand why. Because he understands my values, he understands my skill sets, and he understands how to leverage me so that we can continue to build and scale this business. From the website development to managing everything operationally, I mean, I built all this stuff as far as the websites, everything, Pet Achievers. I mean, I did the layouts, you name it, all the stuff. His big thing is taking care of the dogs and staying in front of the camera. I'm recording all this stuff. I'm editing all these videos that you guys are watching. I'm uploading all this. I'm putting all the descriptions in. We're doing all this stuff. And then now you're about to see me break all this stuff down, package it up, get it ready to get shipped out, and then send it all to the people who bought this first run of shirts and hoodies. But this is us learning everything from the ground floor so that when we continue to scale over the next 18 months, and we get to the position where we hopefully can eventually start hiring some people, especially from the operations side, to relieve me of some of the stresses, because I'm customer support. If you guys are emailing the support on the websites, your response 100% of the time, it's from me personally, nobody else, not even Trev. If there's something that, problem-wise that's beyond, that I feel like I can't solve or that I just need a little more guidance on, I'll ask them, like, this is the type of situation we're dealing with, what do you think we should do? But beyond that, everything operationally, I run. And then he, of course, handles what? The brand side of things, building all that stuff. So building a business, people, you got to make sure you come with a plan. If you're going to start breeding dogs, come with a plan and make sure you are looking at it from a business perspective. Just don't get in and start breeding dogs, so then you're just breeding dogs. And then you don't know how to take care of those dogs properly, or if you don't know what you're doing, or if you get these dogs and then you just kind of throw them out there into the world. I mean, it's just, you guys get it from it, get my point. But I wanted to get on here. I wanted to share with you guys, give you guys a little behind the scenes look at everything that goes on business-wise on here, from the areas where, like I said, I'm in the other room. I'm editing in all this stuff that you guys get to watch. But yeah, this is what we got here. Got the first run, all this stuff. We got potty powder, all these things that we're doing. We got puppy blocks. We got the Fortified new advanced hip and joint support. And there's other things that we're working on supplement-wise as well too that will be coming soon. But you guys just have to stay tuned, because once again, everything is a process. We're not rushing anything. We are not rushing anything, and neither should you. If you're thinking about breeding dogs, or if you're getting a dog, don't rush into it. Please take your time. Think about everything that has to go into it, all the money and time that has to be spent. Someone asked, like, hey, do you guys do this full time since you guys' accounts blew up, or is do you guys? This is what we've done full time from the outright. This is all we've been doing. And yes, we've leveraged these cameras to go shoot some things here and there to make some extra money on the side. But beyond that, yes, we do this full time. This is a full-on business, and mind you guys, it's primarily just me and Trevor. Me and Trev, who do everything from the shooting to the editing to all the upload, all that stuff. That's primarily me and him, And Hunter helps here and there as far as taking care of the dogs and all the good stuff that he does, as far as providing us with the space to get our work done and, being a great partner and everything. But like primarily the brunt force of the work is primarily based off of me and him. So, if you guys are reaching out, bear with us. This is all a work in progress. Everything takes time. And we're not here to rush anything. And I hope you guys don't rush anything. Like I said, especially not get going in. If you want to just even get a dog, don't rush into it. Take your time, educate yourself. I remember I used to rush into getting rescues. I used to have rescues before I had all these dogs. And I had no idea what I was doing. I thought I'd just get a dog, But now that I understand more about dogs and what it really takes, and remember, these dogs are just like people, man. It's like having a newborn child almost. And I have a son. I have an 11-year-old son. And there's a lot of similarities through their as far as their development's concerned. From what I get to see from both sides, I'm like, dang, man. Anytime I see if my son gets a little insecure, sometimes I'm like, man, you know what? It's probably because I didn't do enough with him here or there. And then you see the same thing with the dogs as well too. Not expose them. It's all relatively the same to a degree when it comes just to the you know, their minds, their mental development, all that stuff, building their confidence. All that's a process. And I hope you all really take the time, if you're thinking about getting a dog, to really do the research on a dog that really fits your lifestyle. That really fits your lifestyle. These dogs don't fit everybody's lifestyle. They don't. A lot of people, I mean, I hear the comments, I see the questions, I hear the messages that Trev gets all the time. I get them as well too, about how you guys want our dogs. And I'm gonna tell you right now, like, these dogs are not just for everybody. Yes, they're great to look at, and but we're not doing that. Like, we're not doing these dogs just to look at. These dogs require an active lifestyle, and if you're not active yourself, these dogs can get very overwhelming. And then what happens? That's how dogs like this end up in the shelters, because they can't manage them. Get a dog that you can manage if you're thinking about getting a dog. It's really not that hard. I think a lot of people like get too excited and they do a lot of impulse buying. Remember, if you're going to get a dog, you're bringing another life and a responsibility into your home. And it's so funny, like, I didn't realize how much I cared about dogs until I started going through all this process, and it completely changed my perspective. Completely changed my perspective. And I wouldn't want to see any of these dogs go into a home to someone who I don't think can handle it, or for that matter, who I don't think will take the best care of her. Because these dogs are an extension of our hard work, but not to mention of us. And if you're really thinking about getting into breeding or whatever, please take 6 months to a year before you even think about doing anything, and learn as much as possible. Educate yourself first. Learn as much as possible. Go watch as many YouTube videos. I mean, this whole channel has been based around a lot of breeding stuff as well too, but there's a lot of other channels out there that talk about breeding. Educate yourself. Get yourself a mentor. We have a better breeders community in our Pet Achievers Club community, so you can join that if you want to. You know, and Trev can help walk you down some of the road and help really map out a plan for you guys. Because he does that with people in the community who do want to breed, and they're seeking out that advice. He's like, yo, tell me your plan. What's the goal? Da-da-da. And he's making them write out these plans and everything. Like, it's a whole process. He's not forcing anybody to rush. He's making sure that they understand their breed first. All these little things that go into this. So remember, if you're coming into this space and you want to start breeding or whatever, I highly encourage, once again, like I said, do your research, 1. 2, make sure you understand that you need to build a brand. Because you got to have someone you got to sell these dogs to, right? At the end of the day, all right. Make sure you build a nice, sound brand that means something to you, speaks to you personally, and don't just get a dog based off of height. Get a dog that speaks to you. Don't breed bullies because of the height. Get a dog that speaks to you. Whether it's golden retrievers, whether it's chihuahuas, doesn't matter. Malinois, shepherds, German shepherds, Australian shepherds, doesn't matter. Whatever breed that speaks to you, get a dog that speaks to you. Because we have breeders in our community who don't breed just bullies. To be clear, they breed other breeds. So, make sure you have a plan, make sure you build a brand, make sure you do your research, take your time, do not rush, okay? And make sure you, most importantly, of course, just take care of the dog. Take care of the dog, and the dog will take care of you. Stay tuned, people. Like I said, just wanted to come in here, share all this with you. I'm going to go jump into packaging all this stuff. Stay tuned, and as always, thank you for watching, and take care of your dogs.